Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Margaret and welcome to Purple Frog. Today we are going to be going manga shopping at a whole bunch of different locations, so let's get into it. We are at Barnes & Nobles and here is the manga section. I grabbed volume 2 of Tokyo Aliens for my grandfather since he wanted it, and then I also grabbed volume 1 for my little cousin since he also wanted to get the series. This end cap is dedicated to romance manga, which is really nice, and they even had a whole section solely dedicated to manhwa series. Here are some new manhwa series that have come out recently, like The Business Proposal and What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, which I believe both have their own respective K-dramas. Quite the selection of box sets here, as you guys can see, Princess Jellyfish, One Piece, and so much more. They also had a large light novel selection, so many different authors, which is nice to see, and even a table dedicated to MXTX. They had this little rotating rack full of different trinkets like Tamagotchis and other blind bags that were not just anime, but were mainly dedicated to anime, like minifigures and whatnot. I believe this is a new webtoon physical release. I think it's a horror series that just came out. It looks really good. I should check it out. What also surprised me was that they had a table dedicated to quite a few volumes of Yu Yu Hakusho, and the fact that they also had a variety of figures on the bookcases as well. Of course, I checked the Food Wars section. Sadly, there were none of the volumes that I was looking for. Here is a pan of one of the many bookcases full of manga they had. An exciting thing that Viz is doing is that they are releasing art books in English, which is really nice. They did the Haikyuu one, and so they also did this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure one, and they're really good prices too, which made me happy to see. It shocked me that they had an entire table dedicated to horror manga. I thought that was pretty cool since I don't really hear a lot about different horror manga series. I need to pick this up the next time I go, but I saw Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, which I've been hearing a lot of good things about. They also had quite the selection of Berserk, Black Butler, and much more. This end cap is dedicated to Tatsuki Fujimoto's work, and they also had a table dedicated to food-themed mangas or cooking theme, which is cool. This series in particular caught my eye for its very unique cover art. I've never heard anything about it. It looks really interesting. And of course, a moment for Requiem of the Rose King appreciation. Here is my cousin's haul, and here is my grandfather's haul. Crazy selection here, floor-to-ceiling manga. As you guys can tell, they sell new and used books here, so there's going to be a treasure trove of random volumes. I started off by looking through the Food Wars section, looking for some discounted Food Wars volumes. I also managed to find a discounted volume of Mob Psycho 100, which made me very excited. I managed to find some really cool out-of-print volumes that really caught my eye, like Battle Royale Volume 7. It was only a couple of dollars, which I thought was a really good deal. I did not end up getting it, as I thought I would leave it for the next person to pick up. I also found a Battle Angel Alita volume, which I thought was pretty neat. And here's a shot of just their giant wall of manga. Tenjo Tenge also caught my eye, a very nostalgic series. I was tempted to get this series right here, but it was retail and I'm not paying retail. I've never heard of this series before, but it caught my eye. The artist in the mangaka style looks very familiar. They also had quite a few of Ultraman singles and just another pan of the bookstore since it was so big. This is another out-of-print volume, and it is Old Boy Volume 3, which I believe was retail price, which is cool. Here's what I ended up leaving with. The first thing I did was grab Tokyo Aliens Volume 3 for my grandfather, gawk at all the initial D, and this cute hamster plush. This was an entire bookcase dedicated to One Piece in Japanese. There were so many volumes, and even some really cool Astro Boy stuff, as well as Tokyo Revengers. I was taken aback by the sheer number and variety of figures that they had here, a lot of cheaper and more expensive figures, which I thought was nice. I checked out the wall of new releases, I found some magazines, and of course I snagged Last Game Volume 1, really excited about this series. I looked at the magazine some more, and then I found the Savior's Book Cafe Volume 5, which is the final volume, and the Yakuza's Bias Volume 1. After this, I had to grab a basket and head upstairs. Upstairs is where a lot of their figures, anime, merchandise, and whatnot are. Here's an example. what I mean. So many blind bags of different series. Here is some Blue Lock items, which I thought was really cool. They had a lot of cool scale figures and a huge selection for Naruto, which is really cool to see. So many blind boxes and figures, it really shocked me. This Trafalgar Law figure also caught my eye. I thought it was really cool. Here is their huge Haikyuu section and some more cases of figures. Of course, they had a large selection of Demon Slayer, and after looking at everything, I checked out and headed home. Everyone, so I just got back from shopping and I picked up quite a few things, so let's get into the haul. At the first location, at the Barnes & Nobles, I did not end up picking up anything. Let's get into what I got at the new and used bookstore Powell's. Starting off, I picked up Mob Psycho 100 Volume 8. I really like this series. This is a great supernatural slice of life kind of action comedy series that I absolutely love so much. There are 11 volumes out. 11 just got released this month, I believe, and then there's also the spin-off, so 12 in total. And yeah, I've been collecting the series slowly but surely, and this is kind of a used volume. It looks brand new though, and this originally retailed for $11.99, but I managed to get it for $8.95 at this location, which is a pretty good discount. Yeah, I really love the series. The anime is fantastic, so I'm really happy that I'm able to collect the manga. So with this in my collection, I now have volumes 1 to 8 and the spin-off. Two volumes that I got at the second location were volumes 19 and 20 of Food Wars. I swear, I think someone just sold off their, or donated, sold basically, off their entire Food Wars collection, because I've been collecting the series slowly but surely from this location for quite a while. It has a blue tag on it, which I can remove pretty easily. And yeah, this originally retailed for $9.99. I paid $6.95. Just some slight yellowing, but it's basically in like brand new condition. This is a really great action comedy series about cooking, so it's really fun. They really make it look like, they make cooking look like so intense. It's really funny. But yeah, I mean, this mangaka is just, the art is so amazing. The anime is pretty good, but then the art is absolutely fantastic. Like, this artist is so good at drawing everything. Like, this cover basically shows it all. Like, the food is drawn fantastic, the person flawless, and like even animals are drawn like spectacular. So, you know, this is a really great cooking series. If you guys are into cooking series, I really like this one. This is one of my favorites. And here's volume 20. We have Erina on the cover here. I really like the purple look this one has to it. Once again, just fantastic cover art. Love this series. And now moving on to all of the manga that I got at the last location, or the third location, which was Kinokuniya. I picked up The Yakuza's Bias. This is a new release done by Kodansha, and it is such a hilarious premise. It's about kind of this Yakuza member who basically becomes a K-pop stan, and he has his own bias here, and it's really funny. I love Yakuza series, and I just love the unique concept for this. This is absolutely hilarious in my opinion. I mean, it's literally like a gangster that's like a K-pop fan. Like, I don't know, it's hilarious to me. So yeah, I'm really excited. I love Yakuza series, and one unique thing about this volume is that it has a metallic spine. I don't have any series in my collection that have a metallic spine, nor have I seen any series that have a metallic spine before. So that was pretty cool. This volume retails for $12.99. Of course, I paid that, though Kinokuniya was having a 20% off membership sale at the time, which is why I did get a few things at that location. But yeah, I really like the metallic elements on this volume, and I'm so beyond excited to read this series. It looks so good. This one I picked up is one that I am just so excited for, and that is Last Game Volume 1. I have read this series online ages ago. Once again, this is like one of the first series I read back in the day, like maybe like 5-6 years ago. I don't know. I think before that, it was just so good. And I'm so excited that it finally is getting an English release. This is a great kind of enemies to lovers, revenge, kind of series rivals with romance. You know, it's really good. Basically, these two are childhood rivals, at least in his eyes. She's very aloof. You know, I love the female lead because she is like really aloof and kind of standoffish, and he's the one that kind of chases her, and he's like the popular kid at school. And it's really funny because, I don't know, I just love it so much, and I really like it because you also get a decent amount of the series told from his perspective, which is very unique in shoujo manga. Next one I picked up was the Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World, Volume 5. this is a new release once again, and with this is the final volume in the series that is coming out. So I'm excited to get into this. I've yet to read the series. I've been waiting for the last volume to come out so I can kind of binge the whole thing. And yeah, from what I've gathered, this is a kind of isekai historical romance type of a series. As you guys can tell, I have all the other volumes back there, so I'm excited to binge this. This looks really good. And I don't know, it looks really good. I love isekai stories, so I'm excited to see how this story plays out and what I think of it. I believe this is set in like a fantasy world. But I'm just so excited. This looks so good and so cute. I've been hearing a lot of good things about the series. The one that I picked up is one that I really enjoy, which is The Boxer Volume 2. I really enjoy seeing the progression of the main character's mental health, and just his journey in trying to find happiness and fulfillment in his life. It's just so good. A lot of people just see this as like purely just like a sports series, but if you really like look at, like, you actually like read it, you know, you realize that it's mainly just following the main character Yu and how he's just trying to find meaning in his life, and the author uses boxing as a way to show his journey through that. And yeah, the art is fantastic. The story is amazing. So good. I read the webtoon ages ago. It's fabulous. So I was so excited when they announced, when Ise Press announced that they are going to be doing physicals. So as you guys saw, I have volume 1 right there. There it is. And yeah, I'm just so excited that I have this. So yeah, here is all of the manga that I picked up in today's shopping video. Quite the haul, if I do say so myself. Thank you everybody so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to comment, rate, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!